first grade. Good to see you guys again. Happy Friday. Hope that your Friday has been good so far. So we are going to talk about something called the Beatitudes. So let's back it up really quick. What did we talk about last time? If I could teach with you guys, I would ask you in person. But what we talked about last time was Jesus teaches us how to pray. And you guys came up with prayers of your own, which were awesome. They were so cool. So Jesus taught us how to pray. Well, he also taught us how to act. And that's what the Beatitudes are all about. The Beatitudes are 8 different ways that Jesus taught us how to act. So today we are going to talk about the first 2 out of all of the 8 Beatitudes. Now, first off, the Beatitudes, they're also known as the best attitudes. So the Beatitudes are the best attitudes that we can have as Christians or Catholic Christians to live out and act like an image of God. So the Beatitudes are what Jesus gave us so that not only can we act as an image of God, but we can also live happier on earth, and eventually one day we can live happier in heaven. So now that I've kind of said all that, let's get started. All right, so the first Beatitude goes like this. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So first thing that I want to point out to you guys, all of the Beatitudes start with this word right here. Now, this word, like I said before, is the word blessed. Now, what does blessed mean? I'm sure some of you first graders might know what this means, but blessed actually means holy. Essentially, what this phrase is saying is, holy are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So the reason they say the word blessed at the beginning of the Beatitude is because if we act this way, if we act like the way the Beatitude says we should act, then we will become holy. This will make us holy. It'll make us like God, because to be holy is to be like God. So, holy are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, now the next phrase that's kind of weird about this Beatitude, blessed are the poor in spirit. The poor in spirit. What do we think the poor in spirit means? Maybe you could take a second to think about it. So, if we're poor in spirit, that means that we don't ever put toys or money or clothes or something else material that we really like. We never put that above God or before God. So even though it's a really good thing to have toys and clothes and money and computers and all those things, we don't want those to be more important than loving God. We want loving God to be the first thing in our life, to be the most important thing. So, holy are those who put God first, who know that God is more important than all of the physical possessions in their life. And then it says, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Now this last part, what that means is that if you always put God first, and you remember that loving God is the most important thing in your life, then yours will be the kingdom of heaven. So that means that on earth, you will be able to share in God's kingdom, which means you will be able to share in the happiness that God gives you. And then it also means that then one day when you die, you can go to heaven. So blessed are they who put God first, for they will be able to love God on earth and then love him forever in heaven. So that's what this beatitude means. Okay, so what are examples of how to be poor in spirit? How do we actually do that? Well, maybe you can think of some in your head, but I'll put some examples on the board for you guys. So, how can we be poor in spirit? A really good way is by thanking God, kind of like those prayers that you guys made about thanking God. Thanking God for everything he has given us. Thanking God for everything he's given us. So you can thank God for your house. Put some more windows on there. You can thank God for your house. You can thank God for your cat. Ooh, it's a little hard for me to draw. You can thank God for your cat. You can thank God for your dog. I'm not going to draw a dog because it's not going to be as good. You can thank you can thank God for, what else could you thank him for? For the food, for the flowers, for the mountains, whatever, house, those kind of things. So you can thank God for the things that he's given you, like your food, your house, your clothing, your toys, all that stuff. So that is a good way to be poor in spirit, thanking God for what he's given us. Okay, another way, let's see. Oh, okay, this is a good one. Okay, so we've got really great stuff, right? Another way we can do it is by sharing. Sharing what we have with others. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yes. So another way that we can be poor in spirit is by sharing what we have with others, by sharing our toys with our friends, with our sisters, our family, sharing our food if we don't always want our food. Something that's really great is if we want to give our food to other people who need it. That is a great way to be poor in spirit. So sharing is another really good one. I'm going to come up with one more. Let's see. So this is also another really good one. Sometimes this can be hard. I can struggle with this too, actually. So another one is not being jealous. Sometimes we can see other people have really good stuff. Like they have really nice clothes. They have a really nice toy. And sometimes we can look at those people and be like, ugh, I wish I had what that person has. And we can be jealous. We can be like, ugh, if only I could have what you have. But if we're poor in spirit, and if we put God first, what we do instead is we just thank God for what we already have. Instead of being jealous of your friend or your sister or whoever, instead saying like, well, I'm glad they have that. We can thank God that they have that. And Lord, thank you for what you gave me because you love me and you gave me a lot of nice things. And you gave that person nice things too. Thank you. So these are some examples of how we can really be poor in spirit. Okay, Now, what I want you guys to do, I want you to pause the video right here, right now. Pause the video, and I want you guys to draw an example of being poor in spirit. So that means you can draw one of these things. You can draw thanking God for everything He's given us. You can draw yourself sharing your things with other people. You can draw not being jealous, however you might want to draw that. Or you can draw something else that you've thought of that is how to be poor in spirit. Pause the video right here and do that. Okay, now on to Beatitude number 2. Okie dokie. So, the second Beatitude goes like this. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. So, let me get my marker here. So, this Beatitude, just like the first one, starts with that word blessed. And what does blessed mean? It means holy. It means holy. So, holy are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Now, the word mourn, that means sad, sorrow, to be sad. So, whoever is mourning is sad. And what this is saying is that those who are sad, they will be comforted. This means that God will comfort those who are sad. Whenever we're sad or we feel like, like something bad happened, we feel sad, we feel lonely, we have to remember that God loves us, that He cares for us. He loves us. And that when we are sad, it can bring us comfort to remember that God loves us and that also He will never leave us alone. No matter what, even if we feel lonely, even if we feel like we're alone, God will never leave us alone. So, that is the second Beatitude. So, how do we live this Beatitude out? How can we actually live it? So this one, the way that we can practice blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted, is to ourselves comfort those who mourn. So a way that we can practice this is whenever someone is sad, feeling bad, we can be the ones who go and comfort them, just as God comforts us when we are sad, when we mourn. So how can we do that? What are some examples of comforting people? Well, different examples. You can give someone a hug, right? You can give someone a hug. If someone's feeling really lonely and you love them and you're their friend, or that's your mom or your dad or whoever, you can tell someone, I love you. I love you. You can give someone a hug. You can, what else? You could do something for someone if they're feeling sad. Maybe you could do the dishes for your mom or your dad if they're feeling sad. You could do something for them. Let's see, what else could we think of? Another example would be hug. This is kind of like hug. Hold their hand, maybe, if they want to. Hold their hand. Show show them you're there with them. You care about them. There's so many different ways we could do that. There's so many different ways we could show someone we care about them when they're sad. But these are just some really good examples. Okay, so what I want you guys to do now for this one's shorter. Pause the video here, and I would like you guys to go and maybe it's your sister, maybe it's your brother, maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your dad, whoever. I want you to go and give that person a hug. Or I want you to go and give that person a high five. Whatever they want. Whatever. Just to show you guys, just to show them you care. So pause the video right now and go do that. Alrighty. Thank you guys for doing that. That is the end of this lesson. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in again. And if you could, I would really want to see you guys post on Class Dojo. So go on Class Dojo and show me a video of the drawing that you made for the first Beatitude. So that's going to be your assignment. I want you to show me the drawing that you made for showing how we can be poor in spirit. So if you guys could post that on Class Dojo, I'll give it a like, I'll give it a thumbs up, and that's all I have for you. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday.